Playing football in Arsenal way. Good evening, everybody. It's Sunny TV Arsenal, and obviously for the people who don't know, my name's Sunny. We've got a fantastic show, but first I want to announce a couple of channel partners who have joined us. Literally 20 minutes ago, you know, I was with Ralph Snelly, I was with Drow Crab, whatever his name is. I was with Boris Johnson, and I said to you, I'm not dealing with you lot. I'm dealing with these guys because these are serious people. I've got Nigeria on lock, everyone. Dan Gotti, I've been told by reputable people, he's buying Arsenal next year. So I thought I'll take over Nigeria now. Sunny TV, we're always a step ahead of other channels. Guys, so I'd like to welcome Gunners Social Group on Facebook, where we're going live at the moment. So hello to everyone at Gunners Social. And you know what? I'm also your group admin. So don't be shy. Let's get to know each other, or I won't approve your posts. So let's get to know each other. Which would be great because our channel is all interactive. And also, basically, we've also got Arsenal Inside Out page. Arsenal Inside Out page. Welcome to you all. We're bringing Nigeria to England, and we're bringing you lot onto the podcast. All you need to do for 2,000 members, we need from you guys. We need 2,000 subscribers to the channel, right? So basically, there's a lot of content which is going on YouTube, which you lot are not getting now. All you're getting is a podcast on Facebook. So there's a lot of content that you're missing out on. So as soon as you lot go on a channel on YouTube, Sunny TV Arsenal, and hit the subscribe button. As soon as you get to 2,000, which should be a piece of cake, seeing there's well over 80,000 people in your page, and that's just one page. So it should be easy, and then it means you can also come onto the podcast with us and be on the panel, and we'll build a community because we're going to be around together for a very, very long time. Just want to introduce my very special guests. It's only respectful and proper to introduce my uncle, someone I've got a lot of respect for, Melvin Marks.
Evening, everybody. Hope you're all well.
Anyone in the Marks family is not really my uncle, but when I want money, he is. No, not really Mrs. Marks. Don't give me none of his money. Obviously, I've got my new channel partner. Melvin's one of them as well. Igal the Kid, how is the new role as a director of the channel?
My back's been hurting. I can't sleep. I'm messed up right now. I'm joking. I'm fine. How's everyone doing, man?
Basically, I just want to thank Melvin and Igal for all the work that they've done. And it just goes to show, if you put the work in, you get your rewards. You know, the ones who are left, you missed the boat. Never mind.
I just want to tell people something. Thank you guys for the past 48 hours. We've grown over 30,000 subscribers. We've gotten over 25,000 views. And we've gotten over 30. We've gotten over 30 subscribers in the past 24 hours. My bad. And we've gotten over 25,000 views in the past 20 days. So appreciate it, guys, and keep up the good work. Keep giving us watching the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, because then you'll get you'll actually see it on your notifications.
And now we've got another very special channel partner, because he's one YouTuber I've probably got the most respect for with a YouTube channel, and we're going to work very, very closely together, but not too closely because we still need a social distancing. Apollo, Arsenal 101. Just want to say hi to everyone in Arsenal 101 group, and don't be shy. Go on, Apollo, give yourselves a shout, mate, and shout out your channel.
Excellent. What's going on, everybody, man? Nice to see you. It's Apollo from 101 on Arsenal.
Sorry,
you guys can check out.
Wrong way around.
You can check out my YouTube channel. We've got over about 2,000 subscribers. Really, Sunny's setting the trend, man, and we're just trying to support the channel as much as we can. But yeah, we've got some great content going on there, and we've got live shows on Wednesday night and Sunday night. So it's like clockwork. So yeah, just enjoy it, man. Like and subscribe, people. Nice one, man.
Apollo, if you need help with thumbnails, let me know, man. I can help you with that.
Yeah, we'll do. Because I asked my daughter, she's a graphic designer, but she literally just looked at me and was like, "Come on, Dad." So I've got to figure it out.
Miguel, I said we're going to help him. I didn't say we're going to do it for him because we've got a lot of our own fun now to do. Yeah.
Don't let Miguel go on furlough as the new director, man. We don't need that. Come on.
He's moonlighting already. He's only been involved for 5 minutes. Now I want to bring on some new guests to the channel, and everyone in the comments, you should recognise this guy, this geezer, because he's one of the very generous guys who does actually get his cash out and supports the channel. And I think I've done myself over today because I'm not going to get nothing, right? So on your way out, Humi, leave the envelope like they do at Turkish wedding, right? Humi, better known as Mark. It's great to have you. It's great to have you, mate. Just shout out yourself. Where can people find you?
Oh, I'm just a fan of the channel, just of the discussions. So I don't have a channel. I don't want to get involved. I am on Twitter, MJ Neighbour. A lot of Arsenal history discussions on there that I do, and I am a bit of a gambler, horse racing, football. So if anyone's interested in gambling or betting, I'm one of you men.
Bro, I gambled in life and I lost, bruv.
Yeah, I think we all have.
You know, I'm the guy who put on red and everything come out black. But anyway.
I just want to say, listen, thanks to everybody who's just subscribed to my channel. Hopefully you'll be able to get a nice ride. But thanks, I appreciate that, guys. Proper things, man. Big respect to you guys.
People in Arsenal 101, go and do the reverse because we're symmetrical. And I want to present my last guest, but last but not least, he's our music guru. He's not Simon Cowell, but what's he know about Arsenal? You say to yourself, well, he knows a lot about music. He's got his Arsenal top on, so let's see what he knows about Arsenal because he's very, very opinionated, and that's what we want on this channel. Because it's a no holds barred channel, as you know. Idan, how are you doing, my brother?
Not bad, mate. Not bad. Thanks for having me, man.
You're welcome, man. And I managed to sneak that back door of Arsenal 101 when we had strict guidelines not to touch each other's people. So for that, thanks for Apollo for bending the rules for me, mate.
No problem, mate. No problem.
Sonny, can I jump in quickly? I want to know what's your name, brother, because I missed it.
My name's Idhan.
Idhan.
Yeah.
Idhan. For a second, you look like Hugh Wizzy. If you know who he is,
with the beard. Nothing like you.
I do know who he is. Yeah.
You don't nothing like him, bro. You don't nothing like him at all.
But yeah, I'm a YouTuber myself.
Yeah, exactly. Shout out your channel, bro. Shout out your channel.
Yeah, man. Go subscribe to Idhan YT. I do like comedy videos based on hip hop music and stuff like that. But I've been an Arsenal fan for like most of my life. I'm 35, so a long time now.
Guys, send me your links and I'll put it in the description after.
All right, nice one, brother.
Bro, you don't look 35, bro. You look older. No, Andrew. Bro, seriously, you know what? Lockdown, we all look older because none of us can shave, none of us can do anything. We can't get proper haircut. None of us can do anything.
Hey, speak for yourself. Black don't crack, man.
Bro, you know what? Take away the cocoa butter from you lot, bro. Your dry as a crisp.
Okay, Sonny, can I introduce the topics?
Of course you can. Go on.
Okay, I made this photo. Sonny in the middle, looking like how he does, and then we got Chips Keswick has retired, guys. These are the 2 leaked Arsenal kits that they've been talking about. And David Louise, could he actually be saying goodbye to Arsenal? We'll find out soon. In addition to that, we also have Yasen Adley. We've been chasing him for a while, and apparently there's a possibility the club can get him now on a free. In addition to George Lewis, I think, the winger from George Lewis.
Who's he?
I don't know, man. Don't ask me. I'm not a scout, but the scouts seem like they're doing their job because they went to the 3rd division of Belgian football and got this guy from a team I've never heard of, and we probably never heard of. So that's that. And then the rest, you guys will get into it. Well, hey. I'm going to start off, guys, with the first topic, David Louise. If you guys have heard, David Louise has been rumored to be leaving Arsenal because they said that his contract was only a 1-year deal technically, and the second year was an option. So they might not be picking up the option. I heard that they're going to try to negotiate a cheaper terms, so he gets a cheaper deal, but another 1-year deal, but on less wages, just to get us over the line for the following season. What do you guys think? I'm going to open the floor and start it with Humi.
Can I?
Oh, no, go, Melvin.
Sorry. I just think it's the most. We do these wonderful deals, don't we? Where it comes to bite us on the backside all the time. Why would you sign a player with a chance of losing him after a year? Give £8 million. And he got decent wages as well. It's the dearest loan deal I've ever heard of. Just a year. There should have been a 2-year deal with a break period, in my opinion.
I mean,
Ridiculous way of doing it.
I mean, Melvin, remember, he was brought in to facilitate the Rob Holding, because Rob Holding was a starter for this football team and a very good one. In fact, he's probably our best centre-back under Unai Emery when we had a 22-game unbeaten streak. Okay, we know what happened against Man United, and he's never recovered from it. But Louise was only really brought in to kind of as a doorstop for Rob Holding until he came back. So it kind of is what it is, We knew what we were getting when he signed him to 1 year.
Apollo, you're probably right. It was a panic buy, in other words. But also at the same time, Koscielny was going, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
So that must have been the same type of situation then.
Guys,
we're losing 2 centre halves.
I just want to bring the other two guys. I just want to say first, I mean, if they brought him in as a doorstop for Rob Holding is so injury prone. He probably walked into the door and probably got injured again. I just want to shout out Zane super chat. Zane, my brother. While this ballroom negotiations and upheaval's been going around on Sunny TV Arsenal, I've just appointed Zane as channel chairman, chairman and treasurer. And if you run off with a petty cash, mate, I'm coming after you. So Zane saying, Sunny for director of football, but let's bring peace to the fan base. Mate, I don't know if any of you seen that Turkish video when the managers go around in the changing room and start slapping them in the changing room. That'd be me. Let's hear from the new guys. Got one on the left wing, one on the right wing. Now they're both on the same wing, full back and right winger. Let's start off with Idan. Gone, bruv. What do you think of David Luiz? Has he cut mustard?
I think you know what it is with Louise. I think he's been good under Arteta. Like, he's improved definitely, but 8 million ain't a lot nowadays. Even for a loan fee, 8 million's about right for someone of David Luiz's sort of pedigree. Do you know what I mean? He's achieved a lot in football, so I don't think for one season it's all that bad. I say let him go. Let him go to Benfica where he wants to go. He wants to retire there. Let him go. We've got like new players coming in, Saliba. I think it'll be all right to just let him go. But I do like him. I like him under Arteta. He's been really good, man. He's been really good. And I think a lot of Arsenal fans are underrating the contribution he's made this year. Like, because he was pathetic, but the whole defence was before. Do you know what I mean? It's not just him. Like, everyone was terrible. But under Arteta, there's been players that have had a resurgence, like Mustafi and Louise and stuff. So, yeah, I think he's been all right. But if he's going to cost a lot of money, let him go, and then we can use the money for players we really need. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, 8 quid's a lot of money for Arsenal. Never mind 8 million. Mark, what's your thoughts on Louise? I know he's not one of your favourites, is he?
I actually rate Holding.
Oh, come on, Mark.
I actually do. When he first joined from Bolton for 2 mil, and they said, even Wenger said, I've got this guy for 2 million. He didn't cost 49 million like John Stones. I think we've got a player there. I actually don't mind Mavropanos.
Oh, no, you're taking this, bro.
World class, but I would rather have Mavropanos at 2021 than David Luiz at 34 on 150,000 a week. I don't personally believe he's improving this team. I don't think he's the future. And we're stifling players like Zach Medley and others in the youth coming through because we've got this ideology of we've got to sign world-class, world-known names rather than the kids coming through to give them a chance. What
you have to realise with people like Louise, though, is people like Gabi Martinelli and the sort of Brazilian sort of core we're building, they rely on players like Louise because you can't underestimate the sort of experience in the dressing room someone like Louise brings. He's won the most trophies out of our whole team. He's our most successful player.
Bro, he's won everything.
150,000 a week.
I get that. He's won everything. And like, I get he's on a lot of money, but like, don't underestimate someone like Zach Medley is not ready yet. Like, he's just not ready yet. Mavropanos has been terrible. When he's played, he's been shy. Mavropanos has been terrible when he's played.
21 years of age. When will he be ready? Will he ever get a chance? probably.
mean-
I don't know, but you can't give players a chance if they're not already
Let
good.
each other finish. Let each other finish. And make your point. For me, I mean, age don't always mean you're going to get better. Sometimes you get worse. You get worse with age.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got worse with age. I ain't got any better with age. Basically, Rob Holding for me, no chance. Socrates, no chance. Mustafi, no chance. David Luiz, interesting one. No chance. Because David Luiz lacks pace. He's not David Luiz who's basically bossing it for Chelsea before on his first spell down. And no, he's never been that solid defender we needed. Forget back. I just want to say, Mark, right? But I'll come back to you. I just want to say, let's forget all this rubbish about they've all been through under Arteta because we're still ninth in this year. Go on, Mark, and then we go.
I just really wanted to say one thing about football. To me, in nowadays, it's more about attacking. I don't think you can name me 5 world-class central defenders in the Premier League right now. Someone will say Van Dijk. Other than that, maybe you're looking at Maguire at best.
Rudiger.
You've got no players in defence, not like the 80s and 90s where it was John Terry, Adams, Steve Bruce, etc. Yeah. So to me, football has changed, and it's now the Real Madrid way. You score 4, we'll score 5.
Mate, look.
And football has changed so much now that central defenders are starting to become not as important as it was 10, 15, 20 years ago.
But they've never been at Arsenal. I just want to say, look, you don't have to have 5 world-class defenders. You need. It's called a partnership. It's called knowing each other's strengths. It's a marriage. The best-looking woman ain't exactly the best wife sometimes, is she? She's not the best girlfriend. And vice versa. You could be the best-looking bloke. Might not be the best boyfriend or husband. It's about partnerships and being able to work together. Miguel, go on, my friend, and then we bring Melvin in.
Okay, I wanted to show you guys. I was looking at Twitter, and Twitter is always an amazing gauge for the fan base, isn't it, guys? But
before you do that, Miguel, can you just read out Zane's super chat?
Of course. Sonny, what about the Turkish defender from Leicester, Sayanchu, basically? That's what he's asking about.
Quality player, and he's Soyuncu. And fill the Premier League with Turks. There's not enough of us.
Okay, so Arsenal have offered David Luiz a contract for the season, for next season at reduced terms. I don't know what he's making right now, but they're trying to. He's earning about, I think, 120,000 a week. That's what they're trying to get him down to. So I don't know what he's earning already. I think he's earning closer to 200, but I think they're trying to get him down from like 80 to 60 to 120. So if that, and the fans that are reading about this, they're saying Arsenal, some are saying Arsenal are not being ruthless enough, just get rid of him. And the other side are saying this is a good job, you're saving money after the recession. So which side do you guys stand on? Should they be ruthless and get rid of him? Or should they just pay him less money and be like, this is a good deal?
But when it comes to money, there's only one person you can ask, and that's Melvin. Melvin's the money man.
I think that if you're talking about money, I would rather get rid of the shocking centre halves we got. We get more money for them. Plus, we save a lot more wages over those 3 centre halves that we could just let go and keep him. Because really, it wasn't a very high bar last year, but it was probably our best centre half or central defender. So I know, as I say, not very high bar. And I'd rather get rid of the 3, keep him for another year, and build the team around Ceballos, who's coming in. Sabalia, sorry, that's coming in, and perhaps one other that might come in.
Yeah, am I having a brain freeze? Did David Luiz come in this year?
Yeah, he came in this year.
Yeah.
He's on 140,000 euros a week, guys, which equates to somewhere just under about 125 grand a week.
Yeah.
That ain't that bad for a player of his caliber, I don't think. In the modern game, that's not that bad, man.
I think you made a great point, mate. And you said we paid 8 million for him. That wasn't a loan. That was what we paid for the rights to the player. Yeah. But when you consider we've paid 12 million for Ceballos, who's actually going back to Spain. So when you consider what we paid for him, and he's gone, and he was injured for half the season.
Did we spend 12 million for him?
That was the cost of the loan. Yeah.
You're joking.
Guys, can I say something?
Standard.
David Luiz cost us 8 million, but how much do you think we're going to get for Mkhitaryan? We're not going to get 8 million for Mkhitaryan. We're lucky to get 5 million.
We didn't pay anything for Mkhitaryan.
We didn't pay for it.
We went for free.
We didn't pay nothing for him anyway, so it's
No, I'm saying the point is Chelsea did a good job getting rid of David Luiz to Arsenal for 8 million, because to me, you're not going to recoup that money for David Luiz, Socrates, or anybody else that's over that age.
But it's not a big figure anyway, guys. So you haven't gained anything, you haven't lost anything, really.
Look, especially when David Luiz has come out.
You got to make money.
David Luiz has come out though, Mark. Right? He said, look, I want to stay in London, right? Nobody else wanted a central defender, but Arsenal did. David Luiz said, I also want 140,000 euros. And Arsenal said, yeah, all right then. You know, the guy is telling you where he wants to go. So basically, his bargaining power has been shot, right? And Arsenal's just giving him exactly what he wants.
Yeah, but that's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money for someone like him, I don't think. And can I just say, consider this as well, yeah? Someone like David Luiz, in world football, he's one of the most recognizable players, and the amount of money he'll bring in the commercial aspect, he'll bring in a lot of money. Like players like Ozil, we always cuss them for how much they earn, but they bring in so much money to the club in the shirts they sell, all the merchandise we sell off their back. So I'm not even going to start on Ozil, but with Louise, he earns us a lot of money as well.
Football is a business.
Go on, Mark.
Football is a business, and that's the bottom line. You can support the club as much as you want. It's all about making money.
Not fussy, Mark.
If he's making this business money with shirt sales, fair enough. Is he going to get you the title? No. Is he going to get you top? No.
He did a couple of years ago, though, for Chelsea, didn't he?
But you're talking Chelsea 2-3 years ago. He's now 34 now? 33, 34?
33.
Yeah.
And
He's in good physical
you've got
fitness,
one
though.
guy, Vincent Kompany, and even he barely played at the end. What other top team has a 33-year-old centre-back? No one.
No, Juventus, Real Madrid,
Juventus
Bayern,
in Italy's a
all the
totally
top
different world
clubs
to the
have
placing
seen
skill here.
pros.
Come, let's not talk over each other, guys. Igal, you know, you just said Juventus and that, yeah? Don't forget, though, Melvin plays walking football. And, if he played in Italy, he'd probably be the fastest one there. You know? I just want to read out Zane's super chat before I come to Igal, so give us the next topic. Zane says, Zane, thank God you're at home today, mate, and you're live. Sonny, why didn't Arsenal pay the salaries to keep Ashley Cole at the club, and yet we paid 300k for Ozil, who is crap? Zane, you just hit the nail right on the head, mate. You just hit the nail right on the head. You know what? Ashley Cole said he almost crashed his car because Arsenal only offered him $5,000. They got rid of one of the best left backs in the world to get William Gallas, who was past his prime, and it was the most horrendous decision Arsenal ever made. And you know,
I think Gallas was a consolation. Guys, I just wanted to have my say.
Constipation, mate. Constipation, not constipation.
I just wanted to have my say about Louise because I didn't really get in.
You missed it, didn't you? You missed it. You got to be quicker. No, go on.
So obviously, Louise, I agree with what my man said there in terms of his worth under the system. It wasn't that he was bad under Emery. Most people were bad this year under Emery. Because our shape was so ratty, no one was playing their positions. Nobody was tight. The team didn't play as a cohesive unit. But once Arteta came in and brought some substance to our shape and philosophy, I have to say Louise has been our best player. I want to take your point as well when you said the guy at the top has said that there's no great defenders anymore. I mean, obviously there is because of Van Dijk and all that. But I agree with you in terms of defenders are more attacking now. And when you look at who's one of the best defenders of passing the ball out of the penalty area into the midfield, it's Louise. What I've seen Louise do under Arteta in the 5 clean sheets we've had out of our last 8 games, he has literally split defenses and midfields with long balls going in to Aubameyang, where Aubameyang's just had one-on-one opportunities and broke the whole defense and the whole shape of the team. That's because Louise has been playing those balls forward. We're going to greatly miss that. But at the end of the day, that's part of what makes him a great player. For me, the only reason why I would keep him is because you're getting an abundance of young players and young talent, and we need somebody who's going to be an experienced head, who's going to be a leader on the field and teach these guys and coach these guys. If you take him out the team, name me one central defender that can do that.
Right, let's get off the David Luiz subject. I just want to shoot you down with that.
Wrap it up, yeah.
I just want to shoot you down with that, Paulo. Right. Firstly, on 2 points, you got the man on your left is a member of your group. Have some respect on the geezer's name. It's Hidan. Hidan his name, not Zidane. Idhan.
Idan, I can't see
Yeah.
it on.
Not Zidane. That's his cousin.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh right, okay.
And,
yeah,
and up the top, it's not the man up the top. The man up the top's God. Right. It's who me, and he's not God, and it's Mark. Right.
Mark, that's the one. Yeah, who me? You know,
just so I want to shoot your point down because your bed is full and we haven't eaten, right? I just want to say one thing, chap. When we're bringing in these youth players to get a new, exciting, vibrant Arsenal, yeah. And then you say keep the old head to guide them along. Is these old heads what have done nothing for us? Not particularly Louise because he hasn't been there long enough, but on the whole. Let's get to the next topic.
I agree with you, Sonny.
It's done.
Just
One
point on that.
second, guys.
If
Guys,
we're
we spent a lot of
keeping-
time on David Luiz. We're gonna move on to the next topic.
Good,
But
next
before
topic.
we move
Ring the
on,
bell.
I just want to talk about this comment here, Nathan. If you actually watch the video that I made today, and you actually watch it, it's about the substance in the argument, and it's not a personal attack at all. Yes, the thumbnail is different, but if you actually watch the video, in no way do I cuss, insult, or make fun of anybody. Anyways, yeah, I just had to say that.
Just read out Zane's super chat before we go to the next one. That's like half time Zane's super chat. Zane's saying this is not actually Zane. This is now Zane's cousin. They've all got the same name. Zane, why the hell did PSG pick Emery? They are so rich and could have got any manager because he won 3 Europa Leagues. Go on, Miguel.
Okay, Sir Chips Keswick has finally retired from Arsenal, and rumor has it he actually retired because he had to take part in an 8-hour meeting, which he was actually upset about, which led to him saying this is no longer something he wants to do. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's fact or fiction, but that is the rumor. And Sir Chips Keswick has retired from the Arsenal position as a board member, and the board member position will be filled by none other than Stan Kroenke's son himself. So what do you guys think about all that?
Can I just come in quickly on that one? Well, it's not rumour. It's probably fact. Another fact is Chips Keswick knows nothing about football, nothing at all, less than the Kroenkes. All right. Chips Keswick knows he likes the horse racing, right? The other rumour I heard about Chips Keswick is basically he's very close to horses, a bit too close. Shouldn't be that close. But yeah, don't click on those videos because you get a virus. I've been told. That's my opinion on Chips Keswick.
Okay, I'm gonna start with Melvin. Melvin, you've been watching Arsenal. You know when this guy came in and how bad things have been. What do you think about his reign as a board member?
No reign, made no difference at all. He had no power. He knew that when he took the job on. He's just the guy that starts the meeting and ends the meeting. In between, no power. How can he have power when his son's on the board? The chairman's got 100% of the company. Who's going to argue with the guy who owns it? No, it's just something. You don't even really. I don't think really have to have a strong board anyway because it's all done at the top. Any decision they make, the owner could actually not even bother with. The owner does what he wants, and it's a formality. Someone like Chips Keswick sitting there, no decision did they take that he took or the board take made any difference to Arsenal at all. It was always at the top where it was made, and that's the end of it.
Zane's saying, Saints throwing a retirement pipe for Chips Keswick. It's going to be like EastEnders. They're going to be all out in the street, balloons and bouncy castles everywhere. Let's go to Mark.
I probably agree with what Melvin was saying. He was literally just there. I believe personally the day that this all went wrong was the day that Danny Fitzman died and Peter Hill-Wood left and Nina Bracewell-Smith sold the shares to the Kroenkes and David Dean sold his shares, even though Dean is lauded as an absolute diamond. He's the man who created the problem with the Kroenkes and Usmanov. The day that, as I say, the day that the Hill-Woods left, Bracewell-Smith sold the shares. Danny Fitzman died, who bought that stadium, the Emirates. It was him that did it. Ken Fry left. They are the days that this board means nothing to me now. Absolutely nothing. The day you change the crest on your shirt, all for branding, Americanized, it's dead to me now, really.
I might be wrong in saying this, Mark. But then Danny Fitzman sell out because he was dying and his family just wanted the most money they could get.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Possible. Well, remember, Fitzman basically bought the Emirates. He was the person who was saying, let's go and make this big. And if Fitzman was still alive now, we might be, like they talk about, being Bayern Munich and et cetera, et cetera. The day they lost that passion from that board, it's gone. Remember, Bracewell, Smith, Hillwood, they were there from the 1910s, 1920s. It was a family thing. Now, as you see what goes on, who knows what goes on in there. So to me, it's a gradual thing where Chips Keswick was in between the Fitzmans, Hillwoods, and the Cronkies. And what Melvin said, it means absolutely nothing really.
Excellent point. Let's give the other new boy a chance. Because if you've got these guys on trial, we've got to let them play. So go on, Idan.
I think he's a puppet. I agree with everything everyone said so far. He's just a puppet, isn't he? Like, he's just a rude git, for want of a better word. Like at the
shut down the AGM, didn't he?
AGMs and all that. Like, oh man, he's just a knob. Like, I'm glad he's gone, but like, it ain't gonna change the club at all, is it? Really? Like, basically, the board needs to be three or four people, doesn't it? Like Stan Kroenke, Josh Kroenke, and then like Edu, Hus family, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? That's the board, really. Like, you don't. All these other people are just puppets now. No point.
Melvin.
Yeah.
You know, you're an old school unit, mate. You're around the Hillwoods as well, right? I didn't particularly rate the Hillwoods even, mate, to be honest with you.
No, but they did everything the right way. And years ago, the Arsenal Football Club was like a partnership. You know, it wasn't owned by one person. We weren't looking to one person to give money to us, who doesn't now anyway. It's irrelevant. It was run on the proper terms, and they were doing what was best for Arsenal Football Club. This guy, our owner, I know we're going sideways here a little bit, but the owner is not best for what's Arsenal Football Club. It's what's best for him, and sometimes the two things aren't the same.
You can't argue that, but neither of them were best for Arsenal Football Club, because Arsenal Football Club need investment. They need to change with the times. Igal.
Honestly, the board needs to change. They need to have more diversity. They need to bring a female into the board. They need to bring a young person into the board.
Female into the board? Can I just pick up on that, Igal, please?
No. Sonny, let me finish, please. My point
I'll let you finish, but
you need diversity, young people, maybe different genders, different backgrounds, just everything. It's not just female. It's everything in general. Just try to get some different voices in the room, because when you have everybody the same background and everything, and also some of these people, they don't have a connection with the people around the club and the general fans. You need some more people from the local area that might have a connection. So get like a local businessman that knows about the club and get him involved.
Mate, it's men's football. It's men's football. I'm sorry, but keep the women out of men's football, right?
Can I just say on that one? Can I just put a point on that? If you think about all the top teams in this country, not one board member is related to the fans or the community anymore. Man U, Newcastle, Chelsea, no one is anything to do with the fans no more. We've had female people on the board, and she's the person who sold the shares to
I just want to pick up Igal, because Igal wanted me to let him finish, and I've let him finish. And I just want to say my bit, Igal. You know what? If you've got members on the board, to be honest, it doesn't make any difference if they're equal opportunities or not. To be honest with you, it makes no difference at all. It doesn't make any difference whether they're a woman, whether they're half dog, half cat, whether you know they're a man or whether. It's the best qualified people to do the job. Is the people who should be on the board who know football and know Arsenal Football Club. So all this women needs to be a certain colour and all that is a load of rubbish, Igal. I'm sorry, it's a load of rubbish. It's not an equal opportunities thing. It's a football club, Igal. It's not. We're not having to beat a government's guidelines. Let's move on from that, because
Saying super chat. He's saying, Sonny, why don't they let fans join the board? Imagine Sonny on the board. Celebrations.
Well, they did, didn't they? That's everyone has shares in Arsenal, and basically they got forced to sell them. You know, and as for women on the board, Karen Bailey was on the board, but next week she was on the board getting done by one of the players that she was with. She ended up marrying him. You know, that's what happens when you got a woman on the board.
Okay, what about Chelsea? Chelsea's female executive literally is the example of what an executive should be doing. She made a connection with the fans. She made a connection with the community. She even got the NHS to open up.
She's good at her job.
She's really good at her job.
Yeah, can I ask Apollo something?
Sexuality doesn't matter.
Can I ask Apollo something? Apollo, do you think whoever's on the ball is going to make any difference at all? They're still going to have no power, aren't they? Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. You know, we're talking about now Lloyd Harris and Ken Fryer. They are exactly the same as Chips Keswick. They are only there just for name and the fact that they had shares and whatever. We know you know, we know how it's set up. Stan, he's just the owner. The club's run by Josh Kroenke, and then the guys underneath him obviously are Raul and Vinay. That's how the club is run. Anything outside of those three names, Josh and then Vinay and Raul, that's it. That's all Arsenal fans need to worry about. We don't need to worry about Stan. We don't need to worry about Lord Harris or you know, Ken Fryer. No substance.
Just before I come to you, Mark, just before I come to you, Mark, 1 second. Stuart Wars has made a very good point. Stuart, big up yourself, but thanks for making the comment. Diversity doesn't come into it. You need the best people for the job, especially if you've got a little bloke with bushy hair, right, and with glasses who does backflips. What do you need diversity in there for? You don't want that little bloke with, you know, jumping around doing backflips in the Arsenal boardroom, do you? Go on, mate.
Okay. I was gonna say.
It's Mark.
One thing.
Okay.
My concern with this whole situation with the board is we've just said we want people who are connected to the club, family, you know, women, this, that, the other. Would you rather have that going on and we finish 10th, or a billionaire who's running Man City or potentially Newcastle and win the league, but couldn't give a fuck about what this club does or the fans? Because I get stories here all the time. We want something for the fans, but you're not going to have the same money as what we've got with Man City, even Liverpool. What would you rather have? And that can be to the whole panel as well.
Mate,
I don't care. I want to win. I don't care. I want to win.
Oh, no women then. So if there was no women on the board and it was
put the board member in, don't do nothing for the fans, does it?
I don't care. If we have guys who are, I don't care about the owner's ethics. I don't care what the owner does. Yeah, as long as my football pitches, my team is doing good on the pitch, what the owner does has nothing to do with me as a fan.
And this is a very good question, actually. The Football 454. Go subscribe to their channel. They're two young men in Hong Kong, and they're on a really good channel. If Arsenal were a car brand, what would we be?
Ford.
Do you know what would have been? I'll tell you what would have been. You remember Melvin remember this? Do you remember them Granadas, Melvin? Ford Granada. They used to be really good cars, top of the range Granada, right? A lot better than a Cortina. The poor people had a Cortina, the top of the range people had a Granada, right? And basically, Arsenal would have been a top of the range Granada, but 30 years later.
You know what I was gonna say? Volvo, because at one point Volvo were like so big, and now they're nothing. So I would compare it to Volvo.
Ford, I see them as Ford, man. They just make cars, no quality. They just make them. They sell more than anyone else, and that's all they're worried about: the money, the business side of it. Their cars are shit.
We're not going to go on about Ford. It's not a full podcast. Zidane, give us your new name, Zidane. Zidane, give us your car.
Yeah, I agree with a Ford, mate. We got a couple good cars in the lineup, like
because
the
they're easy to steal. They're easy to steal. That's why.
We got the Fiesta ST and that in Aubameyang, but then we've also got flipping Mondeos that are like 10 years out of date and that. You get me?
Hey, Gal, go to the next podcast. Go to the next topic, mate.
Okay. Just before we
you stop moving my thing as well. You're confusing me. Stop moving my thing.
Okay, you do the
He's trying to throw him off.
You killed Claude yesterday. You become director of football today. Now power's gone to your head. Leave the comments. Please.
Okay, we're gonna do this one quick. These are the kits. Okay, we got the two kits. We got the red kit.
We got to read this out first. Imagine Sigourney on the board. She would take no prisoners. Exactly. Go on, Miguel.
Okay, first I want to know what everyone thinks about the red kit, and then we're gonna get on the white one. These are the leaked kits. Apparently, this is probably gonna be the real kit that comes out. So, what do you guys think? The fly better, the red, the zigzags. Do you like it?
You know,
I think
Melvin.
You know, when you go abroad and you go to a flea market and you see all these replica shirts up that you know aren't quite the right shirt, but they're the colours. That's what that shirt reminds me of. Someone's trying to sell you that shirt for $5, and you think, you know, I'll go home, I'll wear it, no one will know the difference till you go home, of course. And it is unbelievably different to any other Arsenal shirt anyone's ever got. And that's what it reminds me of.
I know Mark's going to say something really sensible now. He's going to say like, who gives a shit? Go on, Mark.
I've never seen that photo, so this is the first time I've seen it. I'm not impressed with the fly better and all of that on there. That just looks absolutely sad to me. From what I can tell, it looks like this season's away kit, and everyone raved about this away kit because looks like the banana kit, and it looks like it's just a carbon copy of the away kit for next season's home. I won't be buying it, that's for sure. In a way, I think it looks a little bit like that style. Like the arrows all over the place, and the fly better. Nah.
The bruise.
I think Melvin's right. You go to Ibiza for £5 and it's just hanging up there, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, exactly right.
The front and back's going to be red. The sleeves are going to be white. That's the Arsenal kit. Idan, does the kit matter, mate? Everyone's going on about the kit launch, and all these players were going to drop out the sky through fireworks, and and nothing happened. Nothing happened. So does it matter what the kit looks like as long as it's not 11 Muppets wearing it?
Do you know what the thing is? Yeah, we've had kits in the past where everyone hated them when they come out, and then we won in them, and then everyone loves them now. So it don't really. I don't mind it. You lot don't like it, but I don't think it looks alright. It does look a bit Wembley Market, like Melvin was saying, but
I don't like the kids.
If we're winning it, people will like it.
That's what? I don't like the kit debate. You know why? Because every year parents have to go and buy 3 kits, and I think it's an absolute rip-off.
Okay. Has everyone gotten their point on the red kit? Apollo, did you see your point?
No, I didn't, mate. I've been waiting to make my points all day. Sonny, what's going on, mate? I am in the chat. No, it's shit. That's all I want to say. I'm not buying it. I want Nike back. I want Nike back. I mean, seriously, everybody raved about wanting to get Adidas back, and then when we got them back, we've had nothing but shite out of them. And I'm
this
shocked.
Puma.
Yeah, Puma weren't too bad. They weren't as bad as what.
Did you see what they did to City?
Guys, who cares? We got to keep these points short. That's why I was ignoring you, Arsenal 101.
Let me introduce the next kit. Let me introduce the next kit. The next kit literally has blood splatter, zigzags, lines, all these other things. They said basically it looked like a white kit from Tottenham that Arsenal took and just put and cut it up.
It's a tampon.
Yeah, it's horrible, man.
I actually like that. Because you know what it tells you? You know what it tells you? It tells you come out into the pitch and you got the blood of your victims from the last match on it.
Anything that looks like a Spurs jersey, not interested.
I like that. I do like that.
You're all missing the point. You're all missing the point. We had this one for only 1 year. We had this kit, right? What you got to do after we stop wearing it, the season after next, you take off all the letters. You put it in a frame and it's abstract art, isn't
it? Okay, so quick tally. Nice what do you guys say? Yes,
mate,
or no?
You get your money back and more.
Yeah,
Melvin,
what I say
is for the 2 kits.
What I say, one man's art is another man's fart.
Sonny, yes or no for the red and the white kit?
Mate, do you know what? I like kids that play naked as long as they're decent.
Okay. Mark?
Definitely no for me.
For both?
I'm thinking that white one might be the 3rd kit, maybe. It can't be the away kit, surely.
No, they're saying it's the away kit. They're gonna make the 3rd kit blue.
Lee said serial killer's kit. I'm dead. I'm dying right here.
They're gonna make okay. And then what about yourself, Apollo and Adley?
That's a double no for me on both colors, mate.
Adley?
Right.
I think his screen is frozen. Hello? Can you hear me?
Oh, he's there. Yep.
I'm talking to you, Ad.
Yeah, no, I don't. I like the first one. I don't like the second one. I think the first one's alright, mate. I think it's alright.
Okay, what does Zane think?
Zane said it looks like Freddy Krueger.
Yeah. What do the people in the comments say?
Go ahead. You said a very good comment before. I can't remember the gentleman who said it, but I thought it as well. It's a shame they can't have the 71 kit. 50 years since we won the double. Having very similar, can't be exact, to the away and the home kit that we played when we won the double. 50 years ago next year.
See, Melvin, that's what Nike did. Nike copied the maroon kit when we, when Thierry Henry scored the last goal at the Emirates. They did the yellow one with the diamond neck and all that. Nike knew what an Arsenal kit was. I don't know what Adidas are doing right now. I mean, I live in home.
You know what? They might have kids. They're probably 18-year-old kids doing it. that's come straight out of like technical school. They don't even know what the Arsenal kit colours are. They have to be, Arsenal playing red and white. Work it out. They've got white sleeves.
Guys, you know what? Sometimes I think I'm sure beyond this podcast. You know why? I'll tell you why. Right? Because things what are trending about Arsenal, right? Everything I despise, right? For instance, we're talking about kits and stuff, which is what the relevant topic is, and that's why we're talking about it. But sometimes I wish I had these. I can't get new headphones anyway. Thanks to Zane, he's going to get me some. When these crappy things are being spoken about, I wish I get these. You know, when you're on the phone and the music comes out, you know, because all I want to talk about is football, and we can't. We have to talk about bullshit because Arsenal bullshit.
No football to another 3 weeks, guys.
So forget about kits, guys. Everyone's pretty much saying no. Honestly, I think if we had a really good team, we wouldn't care about the kits. But that's my opinion.
Nah, mate. Fans of every club talk about their kits every year. It's the new thing, man. It's just how it is nowadays, isn't it? That's it.
True. Everyone all the people in the comments. Sorry we couldn't get to you quick enough. But we're moving on to the next topic. We're moving on to Yasen Adley. I know he's not currently at PSG. He's on another team in France, but this guy, we've been after him for a couple of years now, and there's a possibility we can get him on a free since his contract's up. And the teams that are after him right now are Saint Etienne, Arsenal, you got Everton, and I think there's another club also, but I forget their name right now. He's 17-year-old midfielder, and he is, honestly, they were considering him a wonder kid out of PSG's academy, and he's just trying to go to a place where they're going to guarantee him game time or at least a chance to the first team. Do you think that would be Arsenal?
I think it could be Arsenal, and I would definitely leave it to Arteta because, as I said, Arteta's worked with a lot of kids. He worked with Mari at Man City, and he knows what good looks like.
So did Jimmy Savile, mate. Jimmy Savile worked with a lot of kids as well.
Yeah, but he didn't win a title, you know. he didn't win titles, and I think Arteta's got to do what he's done with George Lewis. Let him take a good look at this kid. Let him see if he can. If he's got transferable skills for his philosophy and his system, and if Arteta thinks he's good enough, then I'm all for it. If not, then listen, I trust in Arteta in this situation. Wouldn't have said that before because I just didn't trust the managers. I trust Arteta. He knows what good looks like, man.
You know what? I'm not going to skate over somebody's life. And I think this is a topic which has touched quite a lot of people because how many times is this going to happen? You know, so obviously, Alvin, you like to call it out, bro, and we totally support what you're saying as well. Go on, let's go back to football.
I could talk about that.
Can I just say about Adley? I had shares in that guy in the Football Index. I don't know if anyone knows about it.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I had big shares in that guy when he was at PSG. Scouted him, looked at him. Fantastic, little right winger, skillful, pace, and then I think injuries just curtailed it. Went to Bordeaux, barely plays. I don't know if he's got the physicality of this league, but as you say, he's young. If you can get him on a free, take him for sure. Do I think Reece Nelson on the right wing's good enough? No, not in a million years. No, I don't personally. I don't see anything in that guy at all. I think that's the areas that they'll be looking at.
Okay.
But he's a midfielder. Yasen Adley's a midfielder.
Yeah.
Yeah, central midfield to right wing he'll play.
I mean, Arteta's saying that he can see another development of Raheem Sterling, not to that point, but he said he sees a lot in Reece Nelson. He believes in him.
I think Reece Nelson's boat's come and gone. He's 2021 now?
No,
he's 20. He's just turned. He's 19.
Just 20.
Yeah, so he's just turned 20. Yeah.
I mean, he was supposed to be on the same spectrum of Jadon Sancho when he went Hoffenheim and Sancho went Borussia. We've gone. If anyone thinks that, to me, Reece Nelson is the next big thing.
I think Reece Nelson's the next big thing. And I've been saying this for a minute.
I don't think he's anywhere near the Arsenal.
Arsenal fans did themselves wrong with Walcott. They're just over expectations and killing these young players. Let's develop them like every other team. And the ones that ain't good enough, let's ship them off.
At what point Arsenal fans say they're not good enough? They always say, give him another year. Give him another year.
Yeah, but Sonny, forget Arsenal fans. Yeah, forget Arsenal fans. Let the manager do his job. Let Arteta be the judge of when these guys are developing.
No, we are letting him do his job. We are letting him do his job. We are letting him do his job. But what we're doing, we have a discussion about
potential
it.
to be something big. Whether he gets it out is another matter.
Adley is about the same age as Reece Nelson, though, bruv. He's 19. He's nearly 20. Adley is the same age as Reece Nelson, and Reece Nelson is way further along his development than Adley. Way further. Look what he was doing at Hoffenheim, and look what he's doing last year when he did play. He was playing well. He was playing all right. And then
the Chelsea game.
And think about it earlier. You were saying about Zach Medley needs to be in the first team, yeah? When Reece Nelson is miles ahead of him in development. You know what I mean?
What I was going to say, even with Medley and even with David Louise, even with the Louise conversation, if you're going to keep Louise as a person for the dressing room and stuff like that, as someone in the squad of 25, fair enough. If you're talking about David Louise playing, then we've got a problem. If you're talking Reece Nelson in the squad of 25, fair enough. Is Reece Nelson good enough for top 4? I don't think he personally is.
No, he ain't. But
I think
Adley's not.
We can't answer that question because we haven't seen him develop as a player. Why are we
jump in here quickly?
20
I just
years
want to
old,
say
guys?
something.
Come on, man. Let's develop the player.
We're going to have 5 substitutions. What makes you think Reece Nelson's not going to be a part of the manager's plans? There's going to be way more opportunities for everybody. I think this is a one-in-a-lifetime opportunities for these academy players. And after the season, if I'll hold my hand up if Reece Nelson doesn't even do anything for the remainder of the season. But my personal opinion, I think he's going to be a big factor when we come back.
You can have 50 substitutions, mate, but the game's still only 90 minutes, so it don't make a difference. I
think Nketiah's got more of a chance than Reece.
I think that's even worse. I think that's worse, personally. No chance. I think they're both bad as each other.
Okay. Everyone had their say on Yasin? What do you guys think?
No, Sonny Yasen Adley say, yeah. Not Sonny, Zayn Yasen Adley say. And when Zayn puts his money on the table, he can say what he wants. Sonny, I rate Louise more than Maguire. Zayn, that was 3 hours of that earlier conversation, though. But it's overrated youth player like Rashford. But Zayn, whatever you say, I agree with my brother. No, you're right. I actually agree with you, bro. You're right. Thanks for super chat as well. Thank you.
Melvin, did you speak about Yasin? What do you think about these young prospects that we're trying to get in?
Well, once you said to me that he's a bit injury prone, I think he was perfect for us.
you know what I was saying. Arsenal got to get. Arsenal have to get these young, these young players that everyone's fighting over. The ones who've got potential. Arsenal have to get them. And if they make it, they make it. If they don't. It's one of those things.
Yeah,
it's interesting. He said, Gal said, hold on, sorry. It's interesting that you said the only people who are interested in him is Saint Etienne, Everton, and Arsenal. That tells you how far he's gone back or not progressed.
Can I just ask, why is he available?
At the start, you said Everton and Saint Etienne are after him for free.
He ran down his contract when he moved. He signed a one year deal with an option to basically like opt out.
No, but I'm seeing on Wikipedia that he's on a 4.5-year contract since January 2019.
There's an opt-out.
I believe he's on a lot longer than 1 year. Yeah, I agree with.
Guys, you know what? Plant the seed and let it grow. See how the flower turns out. Easy Hander saying Walcott was never good enough. The bullshit about the fans putting too much pressure on him is just stupid. You know what, Easy Hander? Your judgment is really off lately, bro. Seriously, it's really off. Walcott has got over 100 goals for Arsenal. He was definitely good enough. He was just injury prone.
Yeah. Honestly, we reviewed that game, the Carabao Cup game where 7-5. The guy was majestic them times. 2012.
Lenny Braithwaite. Lenny, big up Lenny. Respect yourself, Lenny. If Dangote buys Arsenal, we'll be bankrupt and imprisoned in a week. I'll take it you know, Lenny, from I'll take you know Dangote then. Money isn't everything. Recruitment and coaching is the problem. Money is everything, Lenny. Come on, bro. Come on.
Okay, what do you guys think about Arsenal signing all these transfers? Do you think they're like Ryan Fraser, for example, David
You're breaking up, kid.
Willian, Ryan Fraser, these kind of guys. Do you guys think these guys are Arsenal level, or do you think we're shopping at a cheap store?
I'll take Fraser, but not as a main first team player, as a squad player. I take him. Like he's been good for Bournemouth. Like last year he was a bit off, but we've seen our own players when they're in the last year of the contract, they can struggle a bit. Like so, I'll take Fraser. I wouldn't take Willian though. Definitely.
Okay,
not.
what about the shopping? What do you think about Arsenal shopping in that market? Do you think it's wrong?
Of course it is. Yeah, we've got one of the richest people in the world as our owner, and from the richest family. His missus owns flipping Walmart and that. You know what I mean? And then we're looking for free transfers. Other clubs can get a cash injection. Why not us? You know what I mean?
Is it possible
No,
we
but-
could shop at Walmart for our players then? We get a special rate.
That's what we do, isn't it?
Sonny knows. I say we're shopping at Primarks with Harrods money.
But at the end of the day, I'd say something, right? 95% of the Premier League would be shopping at Primark, because that's what the economy's done. So Arsenal have actually got to get out of jail free, because we'd have supported them as fans. We'd have supported them as fans if they didn't do the transfer window we expected. And now it's just down to Raul ducking and diving, like me and Gal said on the Coutinho podcast the other day. Fraser, he spurs down and said, Zane, do you know what, Zane? The only Fraser I liked, mate, was a bacon crisp. I would have taken 2 of them because the packets were small. Fraser for Arsenal, no chance.
Okay, I want to talk about this, guys. Everyone's talking about players' fitness. We're seeing the players in the training camp. We're looking at guys like David Luiz, Aubameyang. They look physically fit, ready to go. And our opponents is like the guys at Man City. It's not looking so pleasant if you guys have seen this. So it's like, do you think physical fitness could actually make teams like Man City struggle and give Arsenal the edge if our players are more physically fit than them? Or do you think it doesn't matter? At the end of the day, you still have to have your physical talents.
Man City won
Is that an up-to-date
league. Go on, Melvin, sorry.
Yeah, Melvin, that is a photo.
photograph?
Yes, it is. That's up-to-date photograph of him at
Are
training.
you trying to tell me that Pep Guardiola would allow his players to come back like that? I can't believe it. Sorry. It's a wind-up or a very strange photograph.
I do agree with you, Melvin, but there's one thing that I noticed, and I looked into everything that Arteta did when he was at Man City, developing players, coaching, things like that. If you remember back to January and February, their form wasn't that great when Arteta left. They were all over the place. I wouldn't be surprised if some of the structure from Manchester City was starting to wane, because Arteta hasn't even had time to replace Arteta, if we think about it. But I do agree with you, Melvin. That picture looks a bit dodgy. I did see the picture on Instagram, by the way. But look, there's a reason why Arsenal did have an 8-game unbeaten streak and did have 5 clean sheets, and Arteta was starting to really whip him into shape. I think that the one thing Arteta said in his first interview after he had contracted the disease, he said, look, I've just thrown into the fire with these guys. The time we've had off is the longest break they've probably ever had in their whole careers. And it's allowed me to look inside of their hearts and minds and have these one-to-ones and have a proper structured meetings that we would have in pre-season. Essentially, people are saying, yes, this is the season coming back, but it's like a whole new season now. So he's been able to develop those players' fitness as best as he can. So yeah, I think that the Arsenal players are super fit. Don't know about Man City.
Apollo, basically, Man City are more super fit than Arsenal anyway, because Man City play a high intensity game, and basically you don't lose that. And Arsenal weren't fit to start with. But I just want to come back on your point, but I forgot what it was. You said something a minute ago, and it really jarred me. What did you say? What did you say a minute ago? But it jarred me.
Not telling you, Sonny.
No, seriously, it jarred me. And you said something. It probably jarred me, honestly.
Sonny, every time you hear 5 clean sheets in the last
that's it. That's what it was.
You do one in your chair. Come on.
Do you know what? He even knew what it was. We know each other that well. We even knew what it was. You know what? Apollo, bro, man, come on, man. I know you're a positive guy, and that's why you get blessed in life. And when you walk in, the birds are chattering and all this and the other. But
right? Sonny, don't get it twisted. I said that regardless of what happened, it's gone.
I'm not getting nothing twisted, right? But what I'm getting twisted, out of an 8-game, don't call it 8-game and an unbeaten run, but please, when they've drawn 5 of them, come on, man.
It doesn't mean nothing now, Sonny. It's like a new season, mate.
It's not a new season, though, is it? It's not a new season.
It is, Sonny. Sonny, this is the longest break they've ever had in their careers. This is like, when you go, the end of season ends and then they go on a 2-week holiday and they're back in pre-season. Having 2 months off, they've never had that in their careers.
Well, you can say we're 2 months unbeaten next. Do you want to read out a super chat from Zane? Zane's saying, do you know what? That's why I love you on it, but because I like to argue with you. I love you. I love you, honestly.
Love you like a brother, Sonny.
Exactly. No, I love you more than my brother. Because my brother like check for me sometimes. Suddenly, all the billionaire owners are just using the virus as an excuse, not spend money. Zane, they're not, mate. They're not, honestly. Just like my tenants in the flats asking for discounts, even though they are still being paid at furlough at their work. You know what, Zane, seriously, mate. You don't know what hardships are going on behind people's doors, but it doesn't mean that the landlords are not facing the same amount of hardship as well. So the government needs to put something in place to sort all parties out.
Yeah, the thing for Zane that's important is every business has a floating point and a spend versus budget. Every business does. When you now look at the possibility that no fans next season could cost Arsenal 144 million at the gate money, not concessions, gate money, then you're in serious trouble. Yeah, you have to come up with some serious plans to facilitate your losses next season. And we know that the 160 million that we get from our sponsorship and all of that's supposed to go to transfer. Well, guess what? I think they haven't said it yet, but I think they're going to take that transfer kitty out to try and deal with some of the debt.
That's exactly what they're going to do. I had to agree with you. And Mark will tell you as well. When you've got a self-sustaining business model and the business model is shit, and you know the foundations doesn't support the structure.
Agreed.
That's what happens.
1 second, guys. Let's bring in Humi and Melvin. What do you guys think? I'll let Melvin go first.
What about the? You're talking about the situation with the money.
No, the players coming back. The players coming back unfit. Because if imagine,
I don't know. As I say, I can't imagine Pep allowing his players to come back. I don't believe they're all eating ice cream. I don't think it's like the old days where everyone went all the players had beer and all that. I just don't think it is. I just think that is a wind-up photograph.
You've got 24 other players anyway. Who cares? I mean, he was out for the last season anyway.
I think the coronavirus break evens out competition to a certain extent because everyone's coming back from. There's no one being on form. There's no one off form. Everybody's coming back at a clean slate. So there might be some big shocks. You don't know. We could beat Man City like 3-0. You never know. Me? What do you think?
I personally think every footballer, it's 70% fitness, 80% fitness, and then you've got the odd few who have got skill. If you've got skill and no fitness, you're not going anywhere. Top level is more about fitness than anything else. I mean, if you look at even our squad, we've got probably 2-3 players who could take a player on with pace and skill. At best, we've got 2 players. So to me, fitness is more key than skill in today's football. And I've come to the conclusion, even when the football comes back, I've seen some of the German games and it's been absolutely horrific. You know, all right, you've got certain teams who are doing well out there, but the majority of it is just bog standard. I mean, you'd look at it and think it's League One level with how fit they are at the moment.
Yeah, I think the reason for that is some teams are fitter than others. When I had my show on Sunday, the first thing I said to my panel was that there's no home field advantage. We had a whole section on there's no home field advantage. The home teams were outscored 44 goals to 25. Awful.
It doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me that we're not even sure where they're going to be playing when this all comes back. If it's going to be neutral grounds, their own grounds, no one has a clue. So when you're saying we could beat Man City 3-0, if we're going to be playing at Brighton or Bournemouth, small little pitch, it's more than possible if we're fitter and we're more hungry for it. Their title's over. They're not fighting for anything now. We've still got something to prove for this season. So I still expect us to do well.
Mark, you know what? Is everyone in the same boat analogy? Everyone weren't built in a day. Now it's everyone in the same boat as a new one, right? It's everyone in the same boat analogy. You can all go on a cruise and be in the same boat, but you're not in the same cabins. Some cabins are actually better equipped than others.
That's true.
Go on to the next point.
That's that extra 10-20% skill than fitness.
1 second, Idhan, what do you think about this whole fitness thing? Do you think fitness will actually be a factor, or do you think we just have to play the games and forget about everything?
Of course, fitness would be a factor. Like people have said already, in the modern game, fitness is kind of more important than like natural talent. But in regards to that Kevin De Bruyne photo, I think it's a mind game thing. Like, you know, when a boxer puts some weights when they go into the weigh and they put weights in their pockets and all that shit. That's what that is, mate. Like Kevin De Bruyne ain't that fat, mate. I'm telling you, he's not. They've done some
everything you're not saying, I'm just want to blow out the water, right? Fitness is got nothing to do with it. I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, what's going to have something to do with it? They're going to be playing so many games over a short period. But what's going to have to do with it is recovery rate. It's recovery rate. It's got everything to do with it, not fitness.
Nah, fitness isn't. Listen to the pros, what they say about football nowadays. They all say that like one of the main ingredient behind football nowadays is superior fitness. Like a lot of players, they're not really that talented like how back in the day in the 90s and that. You look at some of the skills the players had compared to now, it's not even close.
Bro, do you think they're drinking Lucozade Sport for nothing, bruv? It's them isotonics, bruv. So Lucozade, I've just channel sponsor.
Yeah, Zayn basically just brought up Brazilian Ronaldo and how he was even great after he ate all those pies.
He didn't eat all the pies, he ate the person who made the pies.
If you're giving me a choice between a fit footballer with not a lot of skill or a skillful footballer that's not fit, I'll take the skillful footballer. The skillful footballer will always get fit. The other geezer ain't going to be more talented.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Melvin. 100% right.
Melvin's
like Zeus. When he speaks, his words are thunderous and they've got meaning.
No, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Okay, next guy. We gave this guy a trial back in March. George Lewis, I think his name is. And honestly, guys, when you hear this guy's name and you hear we got a guy from the 4th division of Belgium, these are the kind of like dream signings for these for this kid. It's like it would be his dream moving from Belgium, unknown team in the 3rd division, to moving to Arsenal. He must be loving it. But as a fan, I'm like, this is a little bit underwhelming. What do you guys think?
So I want to go first on this one, Sonny. I speak to a lot of customers.
You got to quit there, follow.
I had to, man. I had to. I speak to a lot of my customers in Ipswich who I supply, and obviously he used to be a tractor boy. I don't think the media have talked about that. He had a stint at Ipswich Town, and they akened him to being a very shifty winger, full of tricks. He can beat a player. And obviously, this guy's had a couple of weeks, he's had a trial with Arteta, and he's shown him his ability. So the fact that we are now offering him a contract, again, I trust in Arteta. He's seen that this guy has the tools for him to train and then move those transferable skills over to his philosophy. So I think if the boss thinks it's a good move and he's seen him, he's been with the team, he's been with with everybody training, then if he can integrate that talent and grow, then I think it's a good. I mean, it's cost us nothing, right? So I think it's a good shout. But we all remember Conor Branagh. Remember that guy who came and he was just. That was. We don't want to talk about that. But I think that if the boss thinks this guy's good and he has that description where he's pacey, can go past the play. How many players do Arsenal have that can go past the defender? Name me on one hand. How many players? Pepe.
This one, mate, in his car, mate.
Martinelli. Yeah, Martinelli. Agree with that. Yeah.
That's 2.
Nelson,
Saka.
Nelson.
So I said on one hand, so that's 4 players. So we don't have enough players of that skill set that can take a player on and go past them. So if he's doing that with the team and training, job done. That's all I'm saying. You know
what, Paulo? You'd be fat there. Because I once went out with a girl with 6 fingers.
let me bring in Humi and Idhan. Idhan, let me go. I want you to go first. What do you think? Is this one of those signings that you're actually like, I don't. Why'd we sign him? Or one of those people you'll give him a chance?
I never think that about a signing, mate. Because look, Guendouzi, where did we get him from? 2nd division France. Laurent Koscielny. When we signed him, he was playing 2nd division France. Yeah, where did N'Golo Kante come from for Leicester? that season when they won the league. Second division France. Like, just because a player is from low down in the league, it does not mean that they can't be good, man. Like, we need to get off this snobbery thing. Like, we're broke as a club, innit? Like, we're not rich at the moment, despite the wealth of our owners. So we're gonna have to unearth gems. You know what I mean?
Ian Wright and Jamie Vardy came from Hackney Marshes, mate. That doesn't mean you're gonna go Hackney Marshes and start getting footballers, though.
Where did Martinelli come from? Second division Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil,
if I was on the beach in Brazil with all them women with the thongs, bruv, I'd be good at football as well.
You wouldn't have left Brazil. You'd still be there.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm trying to say. So you can't be. Let's stop being snobby and give the youth a chance. I know Cohen Bramall was poor, innit? Yeah, but he was poor. But that's just one player. Like, a lot of the time, we unearth these gems, and I've got faith in Edu and people like that, because if we look at the players they're bringing in, since we've had Edu, Raul, all these that working together, we've brought in some good players, man. Like, give them a chance.
What's the name? Dan, you could go to a house clearance, mate. You go to house clearance and unearth an antique, right? Or you could go to a house clearance and there's a lot of shit in the garden. You know, it's one of those things.
Let me ask you a question, Sonny. Who have we signed in the last couple of years that's been shit?
You having a laugh? Seriously?
No, go on. Who have we signed that, other than
other than 20 players who we signed in the big shit?
Hey, Dan, the first thing you need to know about Sonny is he thinks every player at Arsenal's shit.
No.
Bar one or two.
We haven't made any bad signings in the last couple of years, man.
I'm not even don't need to go down to Lichtsteiner level. You know, none of them done it. Even the new sides haven't done it.
Just remember, Lichtsteiner was good for half a season and then he got old, didn't it?
No, he weren't.
He was good for the first half of that season, bro.
He weren't good for the first half of the game, bro. Zayn Miassi. Sonny, we should have signed Ravel Morrison. I would have Ravels, and I prefer Maltesers anyway.
No way. I want to get back. Who said? How many bad signings have you made over the past 2 seasons? It's too early to tell. What do you call it? The bad signings that we made was the summer when we signed Xhaka and Mustafi and Perez.
That was 2016, mate.
That 2016 transfer window.
Yeah.
That messed up Arsenal that messed up Arsenal. I'm saying the next 3 seasons, because those players that came in was what led to the decline. Before that, we were still in the Champions League, if you remember.
Nothing is too early to tell, Gal. The reason it's not too early to tell is because we're basing them on what we've seen so far.
But Sonny, you have to credit them for bringing in Aubameyang. You have to credit them for bringing in Torreira. I would even say, because he's been useful. Guendouzi's been good. Martinelli's been good. Pepe, we all got excited. Last year's transfer window is still. We haven't even seen William Saliba from that window.
Mate, I went to Turkish Grocers across the road. I went to Turkish Grocers across the road, right? Done my shopping. They gave me 15 carrier bags, bruv. But as soon as you put one packet crisp in them, they fall through. So it doesn't matter what you bring in. It's got to hold what they need to do. And the Arsenal players haven't.
I'm saying the guys that we brought in, I think we're going in the correct direction. Because the guys that we've been bringing in recently, it's been a mixture of young and experience. But I like the direction that Raul has been taking us in. Because the signings that I'm hearing and the people, we're getting linked to big boys, and we're not getting linked to
man. We got worse. Our league position is worse. We got worse. We've been knocked out of the Europa League beforehand. We've got worse.
Yes, but sometimes you need to get worse before things get better.
I didn't know that. I thought something just get better.
Would you rather be stagnant right now for the next 20 years? Or in fourth, or
20 minutes is too long for me, Gal. 20 minutes is too long for me, not 20 years.
Sonny, do you remember when George Graham was at the end, and we were finishing 10th in the league? It
was time for him to go.
And then we got Bruce Rioch, and then we got Bruce Rioch, who was a bit worse, but like in his own way. And then we got Wenger, and then we started winning again. Sometimes you got to let the team grow. They got to get older and mature a bit.
Like, not even got no patience, man.
Listen, a football manager has only got 3 years. That's how long a football manager's career lasts for, right? George Graham messed the team up towards the end of his tenure. He had to go. When you sign a player like John Jensen, he's just supposed to be your holding midfielder. You know you've lost a plot.
Listen, did the points deduction lead to his sacking though? That helped.
Nah, it was bungs, innit?
It was the bung, yeah.
He took money for signings, but then I believe every manager was up to it, but he's the one.
Oh yeah, he just got caught. Yeah, agreed. Yeah.
I think,
or they just made him the scapegoat to stop everyone else doing it.
And Pepe, future Ballon d'Or. What Ballon d'Or for what, bro? In Africa, you haven't lost. He might be Ballon d'Or if he's only voted for from in the African from the African Federation. But if you can't base Pepe as a future Ballon d'Or player from what he's done so far, I'm sorry, you can't. You're not even close.
You know Zayn, man. Zayn's an Arsenal fan that loves his players, man.
Raul's done nothing.
Okay, I can't agree with that. Raul's done a lot more.
What's he done? Give me two players. Give me two players who's brought in who's been top notch.
Leno.
Yeah, anyone.
Leno, and what do you call it, Martinelli?
Well, Leno's not top notch goalie. I'm sorry, he ain't. Right, he's an average goalie. He's nothing special. Right, and Marcelli he's played a few right. A few Mickey Mouse games in mediocre cups. Come on. Let's not. He's not Ronaldo.
Martinelli is the best teenager we've had since Nicholas Anelka.
Mate, so was Britney Spears, mate. But I want to let her play for Arsenal.
Sonny, did you watch the Chelsea game when he went over there and helped the team get a draw? When Aubameyang got that red card, everybody was saying, "Oh, we're screwed, man. We 3 games without
the Chelsea goal. It did have something to do with Kante falling over,
and he scored goals in those 3 games as an 18-year-old.
Yeah, really Kante did fall over. Kante fell over. Right. I'm not saying Marcelli is not brilliant. He's a very good player, but let's not go too over the top about him because he's only played a handful of games against crap teams.
Sonny, I can't wait until you get excited about a player and I tell you to calm down because clearly
I can't get excited about a player. I can't get excited about anything. Nothing about nothing.
We don't have many good players, Sonny, so we got to get excited with the ones that are showing.
I don't back players. I back the team. I don't get excited about a player. I back the team.
No, I agree with that. Okay. You could spend £1 billion on the team and it doesn't gel and it won't work.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So George Weah, guys.
The way I look at it is there's big divide with this fan base. Either you're not happy unless you spend 50, 60 million pound on Pepe or Aubameyang, but you're stifling all these youth kids that everyone else wants to come through, like Reece Nelson, like Zach Medley, like Nketiah. Nketiah's going to have no chance because the day that Aubameyang goes or is getting on now, they're going to sign someone else. Because the fan base will be like, shit,
he's getting chances.
Egal, before we come to you, I just want to say about who did you just mention before Nketiah?
Nelson.
No, I forgot what I was going to say. Now, go on, Egal. It was a really good point as well. You just you get it back. Yeah, him. Yeah, you just reminded me. Thanks. Actually, I was going to say about him. You know what this guy is? Well, I'm not even going to bother learning his name. Yeah, this guy.
George Lewis.
Yeah, he said whatever. Jerry Lewis. He used to be a comedian. This guy is bringing the bottles back after a party. That's what he is, right? After a party, you bring the bottles back to get a bit of change, right? What he is, they've got him for nothing. As soon as he plays for Arsenal, it's going to up his value anyway, and he's going to sell him to the Championship. That's what he is. It's just a quick side bet. It's a side bet.
How old is this children?
19.
It's a side bet, bub. It's a side bet.
No chance.
He's got no chance. It's a side bet.
If you're telling me we can't even get Reece Nelson a chance or Zach Medley or Mavropanos or Holding, this 19-year-old? No.
Mate, you play poker, you put a £5 bet live, blind.
Okay.
That's what that was.
I want to take a poll. I want to take a poll from. I want to take a poll. 1 second. I want to take a poll from everybody. Okay. What's the chance that next year we see him playing in the first team if in the Premier League? What would you say if you had to put a percentage on it? What would the percentage chance that he plays in the Premier League next season?
Best Carabao Cup. Best
out of 100.
Me, I'll go first. 10%, if that.
10%.
I say 0.
Well, I say 0. I mean, he's been brought in to be developed in the youth team. He's actually joining the under-23s. So it's 0, mate. He's going straight to Lundberg and Mertesacker.
Do you really believe Arteta looks at him if he's going into the under-23s? It would be the youth development guys who would have been looking at him for the trial.
I've had a couple of texts today from some agents, and it was all of them. Lundberg, Mertesacker, Arteta all made a decision to keep this guy so they can develop him in the youth team. We won't see him in the first team.
What was that for the travel agents? Because of coronavirus, there was no planes flying.
There was no what?
There was no planes flying.
Okay, I got one more story, the final story of the day. Arsenal has sacked 10 part-time scouts from the club, basically a method to reduce the wages that they're paying their staff. But I don't actually believe that, because each person was only getting about 800 a month, and they were not full-time scouts. They were part-time scouts.
Yeah, another thing that they were varying degrees to what they were earning. Some were earning more than others. So I think that 800 is an average figure from what I've been told. I think it's a disastrous move, to be honest. But a business has to make cutbacks, and who were the first people to go? Yes, the peddlers are the first ones to go, and that's exactly what they've done. They've got rid of what they can, which doesn't really assist to anything. I mean, think of it this way. Arteta's been scouting with Guardiola for years. Edu, we've seen what he's done with Martinelli. Edu's been a scout for most of his career outside of football when he retired. So what are these guys going to actually bring? Yeah, I know they said, yeah, you know what, we'll have a look in September when we're ready to employ some more people to start the process again. I don't think they're going to take them back. I think they're done, which is a shame.
On this one,
I think agents are our biggest scouts now.
The way I look at it is the days of finding the Colo Torres, the Laurens, the Christopher Reyes, the Lewis Beaumoltis is long gone. And now
thank God.
But you've got now YouTube, you've got play. You know, everybody now knows. I mean, look at us talking about Yasen Adley. 10 years ago, you would have no clue about that kid, no clue. Yeah. But now you can YouTube him and you can do this. So to me, the scouting has changed so much that you are now just scouting players that you know, and then you have your youth scouts for the kids.
Thunder Road, man, what the hell's going on with you, man? How you been? But hey, I'm not making fun of the players. What are you talking about? I'm trying to be contrarian here, and I'm asking a question. That's what everyone's saying. It's not me. I'm just
Thunder Road. Obviously, this lockdown's getting to you, bruv, because you're such a mild-mannered guy. How can you be out after a comment? Come on, bruv. Fix up, Thunder Road, right? I just want to say, right? You don't need to be Brazilian, right, to go and scout in Brazil, right? That's a myth. So basically, we don't even know if it was Edu who got Martinelli. For one, we don't know that. He's Brazilian. Doesn't mean he brought Martinelli with him in his luggage. You know, you don't need to be Brazilian to go scout in Brazil.
Didn't
you need to advise.
Get rid of about 30 scouts at Man U because he said,
"Look,
I don't even know who half these people are. I've never met them."
Do you know what?
And they're just paying money out for nothing.
Mark, obviously these scouts are on £800 a week, right, or £800 a month, or whatever they're on. You know, they're Mickey Mouse scouts, yeah. They're looking for the next Mickey Mouse. So basically, they're probably scouts for the under 8s, under 9s, under 10s, whatever. I don't think they're proper scouts. They might be Boy Scouts, for all we know. They might be Boy Scouts.
But Sonny, these were the ones that unearthed Bukayo Saka, Maitland-Niles, Reece Nelson, ML Smith-Rowe. It was those guys that unearthed that talent.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to replace them. Look, it's like a buyer at Harrods.
I don't think they will.
Apollo, it's like a buyer at Harrods. They've got their budget. They've put their orders in, and basically their book is now closed for a year, and that's what it is at Arsenal.
Yeah, I just think the business model is changing, and I think clubs, it's like when you're going for a job and you have an agent or an agency that goes around and finds you a job and gets you interviews and whatever. Football is turning into that. There are agent companies that I know of who actually go around and find these players, and then they present them to the clubs and say, look, we got this guy, blah, 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 have a trial with him and see how it goes. And why do you think we sold this? We got this guy from Ipswich, the 70-year-old we were just talking about, because he came from one of the agencies that said, look, this guy can do a job for you. He's a great player. I think the business model is changing. That's my personal opinion.
We're going to go to the next point now, but I'd be more upset if we were getting rid of super agents rather than these Mickey Mouse agents, to be honest with you.
Yeah. And that's how it's going.
Okay, Cal, what we got next?
The last thing is the biggest topic we could be talking about. Guess what, guys? It's back. And Sonny.
I'm glad it's back. Because, to be honest with you, I was running out of things to talk about. I was trying to do shows like Swap Shop. I was honestly running out of things to talk about. So now it's back. We've got a second win, didn't we? And you know, I had no expectations for Arsenal at the start of the season. When Emery was still in charge, I had no expectations when he got sacked because it's too late. I got no expectations now; it's still too late. So, you know, this season's a write-off.
I actually agree with Sonny. I look, there's 9 games left. We're in 9th place. I don't think we're going to make the Champions League. Personally, I just thought it was better to scrap it. The only reason why they're not scrapping it is because they're already going to lose 340 million on TV rights. If they scrapped it, they would have lost over 700 million. So this is money motivated. That's the only reason why. We've seen the quality in German Bundesliga, how it's dropped off somewhat. I'm fearful that the Premiership quality, which is renowned as the best league in the world, that's going to drop off. Seriously, I mean, I don't know. I'm not bothered whether it's back or not. But like Sonny says, content was drying up. I've actually opened up another YouTube channel because I was doing so much other stuff outside of football. But look, if the fans want it back, let's get it back. Let's get it over and done with, and let's give Liverpool the damn title.
What do you call it? Apollo, for some reason, there's a feedback coming from your thing. Anyone hear it right now? 1 second, let me mute it.
No, that sounded all right with me.
Yeah,
Okay,
sounded
it's
all right.
good now.
No, there was earlier. Yeah,
Okay,
Apollo,
it's okay.
a second feedback.
Okay,
Yeah,
it's
it
okay
should be
though.
okay.
Anyway, sorry guys, I lost track. What was I saying? My main thing is forget about it coming back. We've spoken about that for so many weeks. Right now, it's back. But are these TV companies doing us a favor? Because with these free games, they're actually trying to make it seem like they're doing us a favor.
I'm
What do you guys think about that?
not watching 3-4 games in a row.
It's all money, man.
It's too much
It's a
football.
business, as I always keep saying, it's a business. It's all about money. And other than the teams in relegation fight, which is 4 or 5 teams, and Liverpool to win it, it's going to be, as Apollo was saying, like the German league, it's going to be like pre-season friendlies. It's going to be, after a while, not that we want it back, but also I think in another way you'll think, oh, like, geez, I would have rather just wait till August for when it really kicks off again. I've just got a funny feeling we're going to get so diluted with all of these games in such a short space, we're going to get even a little bit bored of it, in a funny sort of way. That's how I'm thinking it's going to go.
Football overload.
You might say that, but we don't get bored, do we, that much with the World Cup of those games in a couple of weeks, do we?
But they're fighting for the World Cup. I've got a feeling Arsenal can't get the Champions League. We can't get relegated. What are we fighting for? What are we getting excited about? I'm not going to get excited about the last 9 games.
Good point.
You know what? You know what it is there as well. Basically, there's going to be excuses on both sides as well. If we're doing badly, everyone's going to say they're playing too many games and they weren't fit. If they're doing really well, the haters are going to turn around and say, the claws are going to turn around and say, well, everyone else weren't fit. Instead of giving them any appreciation. So no one's going to take a game on its merits because it's exceptional circumstances, which is not a normal game of football. So you can't even judge it.
Are you guys going to be watching?
If we play at the Emirates, right, if we're allowed to, are we allowed to take that mural back we had all those years ago with all the crowd? That'd put an advantage to us, wouldn't it? That'd be good, wouldn't it?
No, that mural, she's a lot older now. She's takes time getting in and out of the ground.
Everyone's talking about that. Melvin, tell the people about Highbury when they were building, what they did for the empty
mural.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to Apollo with the mural behind the goal, the famous thing?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, basically, it was cardboard. It was very cardboard, wood thing, because obviously they were knocking down the North Bank to rebuild it, and they put a picture there with people's faces in it, and obviously with no black faces, right?
Yeah.
There weren't no Turks, there weren't no Chinese, there weren't no Asians, someone complained, didn't they? And was it David Dean? Was it
David Dean? Someone spotted it. No, someone was on the pitch, and David Dean was on. I think they were practicing and stuff. One of the players went up to David Dean and goes, "Why are there no black players up there?" He went, "Oh my God." He didn't even, obviously.
Yeah, but let it go though, Melvin, because maybe all the people who got them tickets on that day were white. You don't know. What difference it make, really?
It was such a faux pas. I mean, I just can't believe.
Who cares? Honestly, who cares?
And the song "Sit Down Next to Me." Do you remember that one?
Oh, that one. Yeah, of course. Remember that. That's it.
I mean, guys, seriously, the only thing that I'm excited about, and it's the only thing, because seriously, I'm not looking forward to this at all, is the fact that we're going to be playing Man City we're going to be playing Wolves, we're going to be playing Leicester, Tottenham, and Liverpool. So we're going to be against some real big ballers in that final stretch. So for us, it's going to be a gauge to see how we can get up for teams like that, and that's it. I've got no interest in it outside of that. Nothing. Don't even care really when we finish up.
I personally,
Yeah, we're not going to get top four.
Let Dan have his say. Go on, Dan.
I've heard some of you lot say that the Champions League's out, but I don't think it is, mate. Like, how can we can't give up, man? Like,
Bro, I've got a new name for you. You're the hip hop tie, bruv. You're the hip hop tie.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can't give up, because City, if they're banned from Champions League like they're supposed to, fifth might be enough. And fifth is, I swear, we're like 1 point away from fifth. And we've got to play all the team. We've got to play all the serious teams yet. So like, we can definitely get Champions League.
We can. Yeah, you're right.
We can do. And like, if our players are as fit as they appear to be, like with this Arteta regime, like while they've been at home and stuff, there's no reason why we can't do it. Like, I think it's defeatist to give up. Like,
Dan, the only thing with that, bruv, when you're driving down the country lane and there's a load of sheep in the middle of the road, bruv, right? Because that's what Arsenal got in front of them at the moment. They've got a load of sheep, right, in the other team. There's too much traffic, bruv, right? Get in Shep the dog to try and go round them sheep up to put them back in the fence, right? By the time they do that, somebody else will picture to the post.
Yeah, but what if you're driving in the tractor, bruv?
Then you're eating a lot of lamb, aren't you? You're eating a lot of steak, aren't you?
Okay, guys, I want to show you guys the mural that everyone was talking about. This is the mural you guys were talking about, right? And
it was bigger than that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
of course, of course, Melvin. The whole stand. This is just a close-up.
Gary, what you missed about this mural, right? You haven't mentioned the most important point of it. At Highbury, it doesn't matter where you're standing in North Bank, right? When Arsenal used to score, you're going 10 flights down, and you'd end up being at the bottom tier rather than top, right? So what Arsenal had with a mural was one bloke with a piece of string, and he used to lower it when Arsenal used to score and put it up when they went after the goal. Just like look like he's gone down another 10 flights. That's like realistic.
What? Really?
No, not really.
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, I'm too gullible. Anyways, guys, I got the schedule for Arsenal. The last thing we're gonna do is I'm just gonna ask the panel the game. I'm gonna ask you what you think what's gonna happen. So the remaining games that we have, we're gonna face Man City. Man City is the first game that we're gonna be playing, right? So the Man City game, what does everyone think is gonna happen?
Draw.
Win or just say win, loss, or draw.
Draw.
Lose.
Win.
Draw.
Okay, Brighton.
Win.
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 Yeah, win.
Okay, the next game, which is Southampton, a bogey game. We always mess up.
Always
with
get battered there.
I'm away.
Away.
We'll lose.
Win.
We'll lose that.
Draw for me.
I think we'll lose.
Okay, Norwich.
Win.
Win.
Win that one.
Win.
Okay, now it gets tough. Look at this. Wolves.
Lose. We can't beat Wolves. We never. When was the
Wolves
last
are
time we
good.
beat Wolves?
They're a decent team.
I went to draw.
Draw. Yeah, I go for that too.
Everyone's done. Yeah, Leicester.
Draw.
And Leicester.
Win.
Draw.
Are we at home?
Draw.
We're,
Home, yeah.
we're at
Win.
home. Yeah.
Yeah. I say we'll win. We normally beat them at home, don't we?
Okay.
Yeah, we
So
do.
after playing Wolves and Leicester, now we have to face Tottenham away.
Draw.
I'm going for Mandela. I'm going for Winnie.
Draw. They've got Kane and
Draw.
Song back. It will be draw.
Yeah.
Draw. Yeah.
Okay. After just facing 3 tough games in a row, another one comes. Liverpool at home.
Lose.
Lose.
So Igel, that's 2 out of 9. I've gone for 2 wins in our last 9 games.
You're the positive one.
And I'm just showing you guys. That top 4 is a myth, mate. When you have 4 games like this, Wolves, Leicester, Tottenham, Liverpool, in addition to relegation teams that are fighting Aston Villa, Watford in there, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
So don't think hey, top 4 is still up for a hunt. Yes, mathematically,
Top
it is.
5. Top 5.
Again, you said everything goes out the window. You said all form goes out the window because everyone's coming back differently, and it's down to fitness. So now you're contradicting yourself.
And there's no crowd. There's no crowd.
Yeah.
There's no crowd. So when you're playing, Sorry. When you're playing them relegation teams and the derby games and stuff, and there's no
Tottenham.
crowd, it gives a completely different atmosphere and vibe to the match. So you can't say, "Oh, them relegation teams are going to give us a really solid game," because there's no atmosphere there. They're all dead games. So you just got to look at it like a lot of these games. You just got to look at it like who has the better team on paper, because that's what I think it's going to come down to.
I do agree with it, Dan, and also I do agree with the fact that he's saying mathematically we can make fifth, I just don't think we're good enough to do it. Not yet, anyway. You know, I think it's still too early for Arteta. I want to see what work he's done with these guys in the last 2 months. I mean, we might be surprised. But you know, football doesn't start for another 3 weeks, so he's still he's there now, working with them. They can do rondo practices and drills and everything because it's all, they can work close together, they can tack on and stuff like that. So phase 2 is in effect. So he's getting the preseason that he wanted, and that's going into those games. That's why I said to you, look, forget about what happened in the past, forget about the unbeaten and whatever and all that. It's done. This is like a new season.
That's rubbish.
Yeah, it might be rubbish to you, but
unless they're going to be groups of 5 standing around in a circle, kicking a ball and 2 people in the middle have to go and get back. That's got no relevance to what they're going to do on.
It's got all the relevance. He's had time to implement.
No relevance at all.
We did a prediction show the other day.
Yeah.
We did a prediction show the other day. Everyone go check it out. It's the prediction show. It's on the channel. And surprisingly, in that prediction show, Chelsea dropped to 7th. So go find out how that happened.
Wow.
If Arsenal dropped 17th.
Hey, listen, and don't forget William and the 30th of June can walk away on a free contract, so they're going to lose quite a lot. I think they've got 4 players actually that can do that.
Guys, I was going to wrap it up with one final comment. So everyone in the comment section, get ready. This is the question that we're going to be asking. I want to know, can Arsenal...
I'll wrap things up.
Can Arsenal... No, I'm not done. Can Arsenal, get top 4? Or top 5?
We just done that.
What do you guys think?
We've done it.
I think you said the people in the comments.
That's for the comments. But yeah, Sonny, what do you have to say?
Well, firstly, Arsenal like a toddler trying to reach a shelf. They ain't going to get there, right? They're going to get it, and they're not strong enough to pull the chair. As far as I'm concerned, the training they've done has got no relevance to the normal training that they do, because they can't train as a team. They train in little groups. All it is a fitness exercise. Nothing's changed.
I've just looked at the table. It's taken 3 months since I've last looked at it, and we're now 8 points behind top 4.
Yeah, it didn't change. 5
points behind top 5. So even though we're looking at our games and what we can win and what we can't and draw, blah, 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 we've got to think about all the other 4 or 5 teams around us.
The sheep in the middle. Yeah.
You know,
too much traffic.
I don't know what Wolves fixture list is like, or Man U's fixture list is like, but if they've got an easy run in, it's dead. It's over. We've got
Mark, the teams in front of us is so simple.
20% chance.
Mark, the teams in front of us is so simple, right? If they've got the same win-lose ratio, draw ratio as us, the teams in front of us, they stay in front of us.
Wow,
no?
Guys, if you guys are looking at the comment section, all I see is 7, 8 no's in a row before anyone even says anything. So it's honestly, let's be realistic, guys. You're right.
But listen, but if they do well and they come out and shock us, we'll all be happy for it. And that's why I said the only thing I've got to focus on, and the reason why I'm going to watch it, is to see if they're going to change and prove us wrong. If they do, I'll be enjoying it. I'll be loving it. I'll be right with you, dude. I'll be yeah. Come on, let's get top 4, top 5.
You know, I just realised what that noise was in the background. You know when we're talking about it's that positive, right? It's actually the ghost of when we last finished in the Champions League.
Okay, yeah, man. I don't know what to say, man. I'm usually the positive one, but what am I gonna say?
Yeah, listen, me too. I'm the positive. Listen, a lot of
I
people
reckon we're gonna do it,
mate.
We're gonna do it, man. We're gonna do it. I reckon we're gonna do it.
Big up yourself.
Do you know what, bruv? That's a little bit like going to get circumcised.
Breaking news,
it's not going to hurt, bruv.
Breaking news: David Louise will take a £38,000 a week wage cut to sign a new deal. What do you guys think about that? No, to sign a deal at Benfica. Forget about Arsenal.
Yeah, he's gone, mate. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Benfica, yeah.
He's always wanted to go there.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a statue.
They signed him in
I can never trust.
2007.
I can never trust. What do you call it? These things, because they change every day. Like one day, David Luiz leaving, the next day he signed the deal and he's staying at Arsenal.
Well, that'll guarantee Pablo Mari staying anyway. That's guarantee Mari.
Yeah,
He'll be his replacement. Yeah, he'll be his replacement. That's where his money, his salary's going.
Yeah, man. Any closing remarks? You got anything?
Yeah, just want to say to everyone in the Facebook groups, and we are Arsenal page. Welcome. I'm also group admin, guys. So get on my good side. Let's be friends and let's talk to each other. And also as well, and also Gunner Social. You know what? Go check out Gunner Social and go and check out the We Are Arsenal group, and also go check out Apollo's Facebook group. It'd be very rude for me not to mention it. Apollo, what's your Facebook group, bruv?
The Facebook group. So as I said, the YouTube channel is 101 on Arsenal. The Facebook group is Arsenal #101. Yeah, so check that out. There's 4,000 of us there, and it's a nice place to come in. It's very lively. Beer topics, landing left, right, and center. Pure haymakers going on in that forum, and the people are a lot of fun, man. They know their stuff, very knowledgeable, and yeah, come and join us, man. Yeah, if I think you're good enough, I might let you in.
I just want to close on one point, guys. What you need to do, please, subscribe, share, like, right, and it's very important. Yeah, hitting that share button. Pay it forward. You're helping people. You know, Melvin's favourite group is the Bee Gees, right? But you know, we've also got something coming up. Pumping positive with April. She's a mentor. She's a counsellor, and she'll put you in your place. So, but treat her respectfully, please, because we like women on the channel. So please, don't let the channel down, please, because if any disrespectful comments, you're out for good, and there's zero tolerance on it. And apart from that. Bearing in mind what's happened this week, the most important thing to finish on, and it's not they think it's all over, it is now, it's actually time to
go. Excellent, guys.
So subscribe and do your thing, people.
Nice one, people. Nice one.
I'm sure I was finishing it, guys. You're not still talking. You like kids in the night, you lot.